I'm back. So I told you the name is Ozioma Ejiofo, the daughter of money from your pockets. They trust me. Go nowhere. I'll be here with you until you're tired. And you can never even be tired with me on radio. It's just going to move from one pedestal to another with so much fun. That you know for sure. I'm the game changer. Once I come in, if I name you. So this afternoon, a lot of people would say that the things that they intended to achieve last year, this year, that they haven't been able to achieve it. But they've been alive and kicking and bubbling, and God has been faithful to them. But because of one singular thing that they didn't achieve in the course of ending this year, remember the year is not even ended and anything can happen at the given last hour. We have a miracle working God of 11th hour. So in case you're giving up, better do not give up. Because this God that you're seeing, once he says yes, no man, no woman, nobody will cough. Not one person can cough once God says yes. And once God says it's your time, it's one thing to be on the right path. It's another thing to know when it is God's time. So that you will understand that the Lord's time has really come in your life. So this afternoon, I've given you beautiful tunes. I've given you jams. I've given you reggae. After this topic, I'll go ahead and give you some other musics as the spirit leads, but expect some serious Igbo genres that will come your way much later. And remember, between 5 and 6 p.m., I'll also give you another topic, maybe in Igbo as the spirit leads as well. So, but you know, Freestyle Christmas for Solid FM is where those speaking Igbo will turn to speak English. Those speaking English will go ahead and speak Igbo. Those speaking Pidgin will go ahead and speak pure English or turn to speak Igbo. So that's what we do on Freestyle Christmas. And this afternoon, I'm speaking you English. I hope though the passerbys will be able to hear me well, understand me better, and be happy with the topic that I'm bringing. So from 5 to 6 p.m., I'll give you family bond. A lot of people know how to quarrel in their various families. They don't even greet. But I'll teach you the importance of what Christmas can do to uniting families and being in one accord. Understanding yourselves in your family, you will understand what family can do in a festive season like this. But for now, we're going to be treating the New Year intentions. A lot of people used to wake up on 31st and pray themselves through first, and then take some harsh decisions, some drastic, some nice, some subtle. Those who are very wicked will say they don't want to be wicked again. Those who are not wicked will say, I want to be wicked come 2026. For me, in 2024, my New Year resolution was Onye Kene Sonny, Sonny Kene, because I've been nice for so long. And it worked. Believe me, it worked. I lost a lot of friends, and I realized that I needed to lose them. They weren't quite interesting. So I needed to lose and shade them away. So that's why I said yes, it was really a welcomed development, as at the time I took that decision. And since it worked, why do I need to change something that is working? I don't. I don't need to change anything that is working. And a lot of people make a lot of mistakes in changing something that is working. Don't change things that are working. Just look for a way to spice them up. Or bulu pepper them gang. You know what I mean? So a lot of people who have been for the Christmases in their various families and took a decision, you know what, this year I'm not giving nobody no cover. And they began to save money. When I say save money, trust me, when I say save money, they really began to save money. Before now, they never used to save money. Never. They hardly saved money. New Year intentions, that's what we're discussing. New Year intentions. So I'll love it if you go on our social media platforms and follow us on Solid 100.9 FM. Solid 100.9 FM. Or just check us out if you're listening live on our social media platforms, www.solidfmradio.com. It will be an interesting one. So call your neighbor, tell your friend to tell another friend to also tell another friend that it promises to be fun this afternoon with Ozio Major Fun Radio, speaking grammar, no rimba. Therefore, like I said, a lot of people use Christmas for this and that. A lot of people make and take harsh decisions in Christmas and nothing they happen. Nothing. Anything we pan a winch. Yes. Anything we pan a winch. They just have to take that decision to move to the next level. And it pays. Trust me when I say it pays. They just have to take that very, very harsh decision to be sure that things are going to work fine. And sometimes, yes, when they take that harsh decision, you see things turning around for good, for real. You'll be shocked that things are changing, that decision paid off. So I stopped at, why do you need to change something that is working? That time in that year, in the year has come. Because at this point, as the year draws really closer, one begins to approach things differently. You begin to take stock of what worked and what didn't work. Many people begin to reflect on their lives. Savings. You begin to talk to yourself. You begin to cross-check your journeys. You begin to calculate the manner of friends. Please share this video. It's very important. My freestyle Christmas programs are thorough, well produced, and very well articulated. I'm going to take my time to do some narrations. I may open up the talk lines. I may not. So it depends on how the spirit leads. But I want to be sure that the Facebook people, are you hearing me? I need to know also. I need to know if the Facebook people are following. Let me have your thumbs up if you're listening to me, if you can hear me very clearly. I welcome those on Facebook. I welcome those on Instagram. I welcome those on YouTube. I welcome those on TikTok. And I say welcome, a very big welcome and Merry Christmas, even though the Christmas is gradually passing by, but we still are in the festive season and we must say Merry Christmas. May your Christmas be blessed. May you enjoy yourselves in this Christmas. May you not eat poison because therefore, let's move back to our topic. So a lot of people begin to take stock of what they have achieved. Facebook people, can you hear me? I don't know why sometimes Facebook people have some challenges. You know, if they can hear me, I'll be glad to have a thumbs up so that we will concentrate and see what's happening over there on Facebook. But be that as it may, if they increase, we know they are hearing. If they decrease, we know they are not hearing. Okay, they are increasing. Okay, so let's go on. So a lot of people begin to take stock of their journeys all through the year. Christmas, a lot of people weren't expecting this Christmas as if it were never there. A lot of people are not even able to even afford chicken. Some couldn't buy their rice. As cheap as food came down, this year. A lot of people are still shocked at the kind of Christmas that they are celebrating, as if they weren't really prepared for the Xmas, as if, man, they are not so sure if it was all right with them this Christmas or if it was fine with them this Christmas. So, but be that as it may, the Christmas has to come. Yes, it has to come. So that's the truth. So I think I need to look at Facebook again to be sure that Facebook is working well. Since I'm not seeing their messages, I don't know if it's working well for them. Let me see the features and understand why they are reducing. Is it working well? Can you see me? Can you hear me in the Facebook? I'm more concerned about you people because all know very well, right? So do I have those hearing me? Just say yes. I think I can read. Just say yes, we can hear you. That way I will know that the Facebook page is very much active. At Ijele Solid on all the social media platforms. At Ijele Solid. Solid 100.9 FM, www.solidfmradio.com. So just say yes, we can hear you. That way it will pop up and I'll be fine that you all can hear me. Otherwise, I'll go off, then come back again. So can you all hear me? Is it possible that you all can hear me? Because I see you keep fluctuating. Sometimes you're 10, other times you're 8, other times you're 3, sometimes you're 2, sometimes you're back to 8, like that. It keeps fluctuating. I know that my page is actually shadow banned, but even in the shadow banning, I still know that there are plenty followers according to the algorithm. But we have to go on until we see some pop-ups, maybe from anybody who writes to say we can hear you or not. Otherwise, I'll just end the session on Facebook and then start it all over again to be on a safer side. Because I just have this feeling that they are not hearing me. I just have the feeling that they are not hearing me. If they're hearing me, there is a pattern that they come with. One person would have said, Ijele, how are you? You will see them talking plenty and saying, Ijele, how are you? We're here. We can hear you. So I just want to believe that they can actually hear me before we go on. Because what we're about to even discuss is not something that one should miss. That's why I said, please share if it's possible. Let me even greet my friends on TikTok who are tapping the screens for me. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. In fact, I have dedicated one phone for the TikTokers because I see that a lot of people are on TikTok and they always want me on TikTok. So I had to do what I had to do to get the TikTok people active. So I am on radio 3 times in a week, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. And this is my just way of saying thank you to the society. On these days, I am on radio by 5 p.m. Yes, 5 p.m. Anything after 5 p.m. is not me. Then, I speak Igbo on radio. Let me do a little introduction of what I do. I speak Igbo on radio every 5 to 6 p.m. On Tuesdays, I do Inegekwa. Inegekwa is like a proko that comes to you by 5 p.m. It's a news program. So current affairs are discussed on those in Egekwa. We just pick 1 or 2 topics and then we talk about it. So it is our political program, core political program. On Thursdays, I do Kobanyan and Kopo, where we discuss social issues, issues that people are shying away to talk about, issues that have kept us bound. We keep doing them thinking they are normal, but in the real sense, they are not normal. So that's what I talk about on Thursdays on in Kobaina Popo. Then on Fridays, I am here 5 to 6 p.m. again, and I discuss Ugudo. Ugudo is where we make peace, thorough peace between this and that. where we talk about issues that could breed hate, the importance of unity, oneness, the importance of mediation, where you call another party, the importance of conciliation, where the two of you take a decision to be at peace with yourselves, and like that, like that. So that's what Ogudo does. On Ogudo 5 to 6, Ogudo has been one of the programs that has kept me going. Most of the things I do on radio and gotten popular about on radio has been on Ogudo. And hey, I know this person. It's Ogudo. You know, before Kobanyana Kopo, and then before Inegepa. I remember I used to be 5 times in a week. But I kopiabago mjinwayo hang your boots. Say ha nyina ndozo ofere. Kandozo ti one no. So now while we go on, you're listening to me from 10B Savage Crescent here in GRA Enugu. Onaga kwa onaga. Okweskweli na-aga because obodo abụrụgo ihe ọ bụ, in all honesty. So back to what we're talking about. I said today, this afternoon, I'll be bringing you music, I'll be bringing you talks, and I'll make sure that the show is interesting because it's our freestyle Christmas. I'll be here from 12, I've been here from 12, and I'll be here until 6 p.m. And coincidentally, I'm speaking English instead of the normal Igbo that you used to know me for. And a lot of people are stunned and asking, why is she speaking English? I know how to speak English, I'm sorry. And I'm talking New Year intentions. And like I was saying, a lot of people are calculating. It's that time in the year that draws closer and people begin to, when it's really close, people begin to reflect on their lives. TikTok, please tap the screen. Thank you so much. A lot of people begin to reflect on their journeys in the year. Some begin to think on the path that they wished they had followed. And some will begin to aspire for the path that they think they should follow next for a better them. So moving forward, they are left like in the between the devil and the deep blue sea. Their New Year intentions, their aspirations, the principles that will guide it. Sometimes if it's not visible, then it hits the rock. It's the truth. So New Year intentions are personal. They are personal aspirations. What you wish, what you think you ought to be like, your guiding principles, your individual set, your goal, you set it at the beginning of the year. A lot of people waste January, February praying. Just going to mountain, praying as if no one here hammer chuku. Let me tell you, the Lord that we serve is not even a deaf God. If we better carry 1 week, 1 day, 2 days, or is your case. Chuku anugu ozago. He has heard you. He's at work, but you keep disturbing yourself and keep disturbing him because it's not only you he needs to answer prayers for. So when you make your request known, just consciously repeat it. Consciously repeat it, right? That way, you will even know when the answers begin to come. But when you waste most of your time, a confirmed 30 days in January, a lot of people have begun to even say that January is a tough month. That is usually very tough. It's not true. It's not any tough month. It's because you've wasted the 30 days praying and casting and binding. That's why it's a tough month. Mgbe iji ekwesị achụ ego, ka iji eje ekpere, ka iji eme 30 days prayer, 30 days fasting, like that. Though you can't believe what you want to believe, but I'm telling you, having had some experiences with people who live abroad and seeing how they operate, I am telling you the truth. We Africans are dogmatized, and we need to wake up from our slumbers so that if Adranya will be fine. Otherwise, we'll be rounding the pepper tree with no result, with nothing to show for it. We'll just keep complaining that either Tinubu is the cause or that Ife Silike, January is tough, whilst you're not working hard in January. You're not doing as much as you ought to do in January. That's why it's so tough. And then you go for Christmas, you eat up all that you have. In Christmas, you never remember January. You just do not remember January. And then you ascribe January to being tough. You just ascribe January to being really tough. And I'm wondering, how else do you want January, February to be? And then some say it's very long. It's very long because we're going in December. You finished your money in Christmas. And that's why January suddenly seems as if it's the longest month of the year, because it's usually slow in your eyes. Maybe the monies that you're expecting to be coming in are not coming in. The way you've eaten yours is the other way, is the same way the other person who buys from you has eaten all their monies in December. And then when they click into January, they don't have money to make the kind of purchases that they ought to be making at the beginning of the year. So what does a reasonable man do? A reasonable man sorts his bills before January. Yes, a reasonable man sorts his bills before January. It's very important to know this. And if you know this, you know life. I've sorted my bills in January. Truth be told, I'm not even joking. And it's a routine for me. January, I don't suffer in January. It's almost the part of the year for me, because all the people who didn't do Christmas for me do my Christmas in January. Otherwise, it's my rule, and it's been going, it's working. So I don't need to change what's working. You need to plan ahead of January, February. So back to what we're talking about, like I said, New Year intentions. Remember, that's why I'm giving this analysis. In December, a lot of people start making plan for the year coming. And in this beginning of the year, some become rigid in resolutions. Some become very intentional. Some's intentions are more flexible and deeply rooted in their mindsets, in their values, in their personal growth. And when they begin to say, yes, it's about my mindset, it's about my personal growth, you see them living right. So the New Year intentions, they focus on, whom do I want to become? Not just what I want to achieve, but what exactly do I want to become? They can cut across different things, different areas of lives, like health, like relationship, like career, like well-being, setting intentions, just to allow them breathe. They begin to live more consciously, aligning to their daily actions for long-term purposes and for fulfillment. Anything that makes them happy. Some people are intentionally making themselves happy. Sometimes they drain themselves so much in solving people's problems, and half the time their own problems are not solved. I'm sorry. I'm going to hit some people really hard, but it's for the betterment of all of us. So some just eat up all that they have. From January to December, after hustling and bustling, they squander everything in Christmas. Whilst some savor in December. Yes. When taking these decisions is for a long-term purpose or fulfillment. Some of these things that I'm talking about, I'll list them out for you. Some is the mindfulness, like being conscious. They want to be. mindful of their daily life, their daily conversations. They want to reduce stress. They want to improve emotional awareness. They really want to reduce stress. And when you see them not worrying about things, you'll begin to ask yourself some questions as if something was wrong. Nothing actually is wrong. They just took a decision to be a new them. Some is about their health and their well-being. They just take a decision to start living healthy. They want to cut down on eating some carbs. They want to concentrate on eating veggies. I'm just telling you intentions that people take as a New Year resolutions. Everything is not about ego, money, money, money. No, no, that's not why we're here. Some intend to prioritize their physical and mental health. They want to go through exercise regularly. Manume jiamu nwadro. They want to do their exercises regularly. They want to eat less. They want to eat healthier and have adequate rest. I just want to have adequate rest. You know? Some want to concentrate on personal growth. You would realize that they invest in self-development. They take that decision. It's a harsh decision, but they take it, be that as it may. They just want to develop themselves, go through some trainings, get some new skills, read more books, expand their knowledges. That's what their New Year resolutions are. Do I have a witness? I hope I do. So it can be engaging. Some want to be grateful. Gratitude, to just live a life of gratitude and positivity. Like they've kept complaining in their lives that it's gotten to a point they just want to be grateful and be positive. They just want to inculcate the habit of being appreciative with small wins, no problem. They want to maintain a positive outlook in life. And when they have and when they do not have, whatever they've eaten for the day is okay for them. That's their New Year resolution. Some take it as far as in going into their relationships. They intend to nurture a meaningful relationship by maybe improving communications, improving in their empathy habits. Because some just do things recklessly. They don't care whose ox is God. They don't care how you feel. They don't also sit down to think if they were the ones whom were treated in the same manner. They don't care. So, some want to improve their communication style. They want to improve in the way they treat people. Maybe they've been reckless in their treatments to others, or others have been reckless in the treatment of them. They want to be mindful, be empathetic with people, so that they don't do to people what they do not want people to do to them. They want to have this emotional presence both in their lives and in the lives of their partner. So their relationship begins to work. Immediately, they try out this. As a matter of fact, immediately you begin to be empathic in your love life. That's when your relationship begins to work. Manine, you just care about yourself. You don't care about your partner. No relationship ever works like that. It's not possible. What is not possible? So, some want to improve in their career, in their education. I'm giving you me now. In do when my mother said to me, Ozi, I took a decision to have a child, and he came a boy. Today, I am a happy mother of Jidenna. in whom I am well pleased. Right? It was a harsh decision and it was a tough one, but it was the best decision that I've ever made in my entire life. I took a decision. I paused everything. I paused work. I paused education. I paused career. And I was at the peak of my career, if you remember. And then I took a decision to have a child. So a lot of people take decisions in their careers and in their education. They want to improve and pursue excellence. They want to improve in their careers. They want to improve in their educational pursuit. They want to improve in their skills. They want to embrace growth. They want to embrace every opportunity. Sometimes, other times, they are successful with appropriate determination. So that's what it is. You're listening to me from 10B Savage Crescent here in GRA Enugu. My name is Ozie Ejio, for the daughter of North Asia people, the one whose flash of her teeth brings out monies from your pocket. And today, I am talking about the New Year intentions of various people and why it has to happen. Some are going to be harsh on this. Some want to improve on their financial well-being. They intend to manage their resources. Mana ụmụnna dị ekwere. They intend to spend wisely. Mana ndị a na-ayọ ekwere. They intend to have a budget. Mana they even feed and eat more than they earn. They intend to have a savings culture. Mana ose ekweghọ ha. Saving consistently ekweghọ ha. Ọkwari onye riju afọ wee kọwa ntutu. So a lot of people who have that aspiration of saving, they save and save and save and save. One thing just happens in their family, they take all the monies and solve the family problem. And they start afresh. Even at the third month, that's the first quarter of the year, they start saving again. They save and save and save and save and save until the second quarter of the year. Papa will fall sick. They carry the money and go and treat papa or mama. They start saving again. They save and save and save and save and save. They don't ever take care of themselves, guys. They just save money because they want to have a saving culture, but they are not intentional. If you want to save, what do you want to use the money to do? It will be a pari passu, so that whilst you're saving, you're putting. Whilst you're saving, you're putting. A lot of people want to build houses in their father's house. They think that they can save money that will build them that skyscraper that they want. They do not know that they say that you have to save up money, 10 million, give the road people. Save up money, 10 million, give the cement people. Save up money, 10 million, give the sand people. Save up money, 10 million, give the block people. Save up money, 10 million, go and give the building material people. That way, you've given 50 or 40 million naira to the real people who will enable you build the house. That's the way it works. It's not rocket science. But no, they save up, and then something just carries the money. Vroom! But let me tell you something. You do not know something. Whether you are there or not, life will go on as exact. Whether you saved up money for mama's and papa's sickness, if they are sick, if God wanted them to die, they will die. If God wanted them to live, that will make them live, whether your money was there or not. So that's why you must be intentional in the decisions you're making as you're saving money. It is not a money you'll be saving, and when problem of other people, you go and solve. But when problem of you, the engine room comes, I'm sorry to use that language. You're not going to get people to even help you solve your own problem. But you're there helping everybody solve their own problems. You need Christ. Believe me. You need me. Share this message, share this program, to whom it may concern. It's very important that we share it so that people who need help will at least seek help and get help. What I'm giving you now, they pay me to even say it. If I have a serious consultation, can for free, yeah. And those who are listening to me are really, really lucky. And a lot of people there will now ask, Ijele, why am I saving? Since I cannot use the money to solve problem of maybe mama, papa, brother, sister, uncle, auntie. Look, let me tell you, I didn't say do not solve their problems, but I'm saying set them up so that they will go. And when they are old, they will not depart from it. They will in turn give orders and set up orders. That's how to go. But if you are not going nowhere, no be so you go take build house, no be so you go take marry. And no be so you go take grow children. That's why you're seeing that a lot of people, when they marry, there is a practical turnaround in their lives. And then sometimes it affects their immediate family. And then their immediate family begin to ascribe the man's behavior that it was since he married this woman into this house that he no longer gives anybody anything. That's the truth. That's the truth. So, before you know what's happening, they begin to say that it's because he married a new wife. Abdul Rahman, thanks for joining. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Your exam will surely be successful. Have a great afternoon. So I'm seeing those on TikTok. Nobody is tapping. I beg you and solicit for a tap. Those on Facebook, I'm seeing your increments. Thank you for being here. Those on YouTube, I'm also seeing you. God bless you, Abdul Rahman and co. Those on our Solid FM Facebook page, I appreciate you. Emmanuel Ebe, thanks for joining. Ebo, thanks for joining. Then those on my Instagram, I also appreciate you for joining. So, you cannot be financially well with such character, no matter how you try. People like me, Obiapo Nigeria Limited, when I shut down on everybody. And when I mean to save money for anything, I mean it and I save it and I achieve it. Achoro me my chapters not. Eji me ego, ezurongori, onye obuna je gbaba mbọ. And if I get a friend and you're not treating me as exact way in Chorokine treat him, while I treat you the same way proportionately, then I go my way. Or is your case. So some people who seek financial well-being, they intend to manage their finances, they intend to spend wisely, they intend to improve on their budget, they intend to practice a saving culture, they intend to be informed on financial decisions. They do not have professional advisors, they do not have good friends. You can't do it, my brother. You cannot. Especially when you begin to eat more than you earn. Ibonyori. When you begin to eat more than you earn, you're a thief. You must practice how to save. No matter how little, you must practice saving. When you save, you eat a little. About 50,000 batara. Idiot 30, apparently, debe 20. In fact, there's never a time, people like Jidenna, my child, once my salary comes in, 20,000 Nigerian account, and if I don't put that 20K in that month, another month, or 40K has to go in there. So you realize that your child is growing in his account and growing physically. Sometimes if we don't have money in the house, it's Jidenna's money that we borrow and we have to pay back. So it is what it is. Some want to be creative. A lot of people, they lack even presence. They don't know where to begin. They don't know what to do. Share message yao. Munu nge problem mobu na ye share here of ma. Some want to develop their skill. They don't even know how to go about it. They have this new year resolution and hopefulness that they intend to explore their creative side. Some know how to draw. Some know how to do music. Some know how to write. Some know how to express emotions, but they lack the skill to start. Why do you not think you need to get somebody who is in that field so that a Brunga boy, just exactly the way Igbo people go for a muafia, you can be under somebody and then educate yourselves under the person. Mana, you know why it's hard? Because all these young lads now do not care how money is come. They want a gombute, they want ishimbada. They just want money. They don't know how money comes. They don't know what to do to get money. The women believe it's the man that will give them money. The men believe it's the rich girls that will also give them money. So if they will be misbehaving big time. Their skills become dead because they feel the third leg is the real cash and what's in between her leg is also the real cash. You lie. A skill is a skill, is innate. Until you harness it, it can never turn out to be a hobby that you love to do. Some want to do more community engagement. They want to be intentional about their communities. They want to do volunteer jobs. They want to be supportive in the causes that align with their values around where they are. It's favorable. Sometimes your entire resources goes there. Oh, bata. Meeting na Ofija. Meeting no Munza. Meeting ni Sulo. Meeting no Oji. Meeting na Bugez. Meeting ni Meeting n'ọrụ. Meeting n'ụmụaka. Ire ejegheri jegede sokoyo. Ọkwa fuel ka a na-agba were jem ya meeting. Sometimes they don't even give you money for fuel. Other times you fuel the car and even fuel that of others. Other times EJ akwa unugogo. Other times EJ you have a smooth sail. So onye motari iri enu obi jeshie ike. Once you want to start engaging in community development, especially as a rich man, this is the job of both poor and rich. But as a rich man, first, the poor man begins to think that you're coming for a political position. Because I need you to hear me and hear me well. The poor man begins to think that you're coming right outrightly for a political position. That's why you're bringing all those rice, beans, yam, and sharing it to people. That in 2 to 3 years, you're going to stop and then it was your intentions. So, because he feels you're coming out for politics. People like Ewa Pudike, in Nanka, except you're not a living being in this Nigeria, you know that I've been to that Ewa Pudike's foundation stuff for more than 10 years. And it's been consistent, and it's from glory to glory. Nde nyere keke, nde nyere bike, nde nyere groundnut oil, rice, it was steady, engine, grinding machine, all those things. Steady, on a steady. In Onitsha. He's been on that stuff. So when you want to be involved in community engagement as a poor man, remember you have to work to sustain your family, to make sure that ends meet so that meat will not end. Maka, if you're my husband and you're saying you're doing community engagement and you know hey dewe go ni no you have mono maazi agwa na agwa yi jewe meeting na no ofija you will go problem with that. You must learn how to make sure that everything is in order. The people in the house are in order. Then you go, no problem. So it is very important that whilst you're doing your community engagement to give back to the community, you already have plenty in the house. Because a lot of you, he's never good in the house. They are usually never good at home. Their securities are hungry. Their brothers and sisters are hungry. They do not have anything doing, but they go and dash people 100 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million. Meanwhile, the people in the house are suffering. Oyo is your case. I'm sorry for you. Some intend to have a balanced life. Balance in all facets. They intend to create balance in setting healthy boundaries, in making time to rest and do recreation. It works for some people, but under for jugoro mostly. Poor man name exercise, he just exercise. But when a rich man is doing exercise, a man otago bozo bozo, he's trying to cut down. Abino biso. Na so na, a rich man doing exercise, he'll say, na biko na bu ikpere abiagwo, ukwu mgbu abiagwo, isi ọwụwa na awụ ya, obi mgbu abiagwo. You know that ihe atara n'ọnụ kanku, he wants to cut down. Right? But when a poor man who doesn't even have his 3 square meal is going for such rigorous exercise, when you look at him like this, when you look at him, enjoy ya. Yeah, it's a keep the man. If they're going to have for a job, you're going for exercise. I'm him, well. You understand? So it's like that. What do you think influences these yearly intentions? You know, a lot of people do not know Nemwere influence for yearly intentions. A lot of things happen and make people have the urge for their yearly intentions. So I'll be right back. I'll soon go for Divine Mercy and play some adverts, and when I get back, then we will continue the conversations. Right? I know it's fun, but we have to do what we have to do. Good afternoon once again. Thanks for listening to me on Solid 100.9 FM with Ozioma Ejiofor Ijele. Adakna is really not that markup. Just also cheers another new feed. So I'll be right back shortly. So I'll make the video not too long so that people can have fun while watching. Then when I come back, I'll resume the real reason why people have such intention for New Year resolutions, because you don't know, some people do not know why they just wake up and do some New Year resolutions. But I'll be right back so I can tell you why. Peace out, stay with me. In 15 minutes, I'll be right back.